Greetings, Ghoul Gang! I am Lich. Thank you so much for joining me on this, episode 2 of my new Animal Crossing Island series. If you haven't seen episode 1 yet, be sure to go and check it out for a general introduction for all things relating to Burgertime, which is, for some reason, the name I chose for this new island. I was pretty productive last episode, so along with the usual stuff that normally cracks open on day 2, airport, postal services, online stuff, we are also going to be joined today by Blathers, the curator of our future museum. He is one of my favourite Animal Crossing NPCs, so I'm pretty excited to get him so early on the island, and that means that a lot of today's video is going to be based around early game Blathers appeasing content, so I hope you like bug catching, everyone! First things first, I have deliveries after last episode's spending spree. And a letter from Mum, which is really sweet. She sent me a gift, but I'm going to ignore that for a little bit. For now, I want to crack open all of my Nook Stop orders and immediately set to work placing them. The Tomato Festival tea and the glasses immediately get equipped. Equipped? Worn? Equip, whatever, and the KK Slider album gets placed inside my tent for a bit of decoration. Currently, I don't feel like my avatar here is 100% how I see myself, how I want to represent myself in the game. The glasses definitely help, though. I then decide to have a little meander. As you can see, the island is still very messy. Nothing much has changed since last time. I bump into Sparrow, though, who is really, really kind after we helped him last episode find a place to put his tent. And as a reward, he gives me a little gift, which is really sweet. It's a denim cap, not my usual style, but as I said before, my avatar is not really how I'm feeling myself, and my hair is so muted that I immediately pop it on my head, just to hide those roots. Fuchsia is fishing again today and clearly placing all of her focus into it, so I leave her be and go to resident services. The first thing I do is check the Nook Stop for shopping items that day. Folks may remember from the last episode, but just in case, you can buy 5 things per day from the Nook Stop. And because my options for decor are obviously so lacking right now, it's only day 2 on this island, I want to take advantage of the Nook Stop's catalogue as much as possible. So I order myself the KK album, the pink shoes, the shorts, the map up the top there, the world map, and the air conditioner. I think to myself, there we go, 5 items sorted. Not too bad, until I realise that there are some really nice seasonal items in stock and I can't order them because I already hit my 5 item limit. I felt so foolish when I was recording this for the first time. I'm also recording this audio a little bit later than the original video was made, so I have definitely missed out on the moon rug and the food items because they'll have rotated outside of availability, so I'm kind of gutted, I'm not gonna lie. Thankfully, I can always rely on Blathers to cheer me up. He's a long-term favourite of mine, and he set up his cute little tent in the spot we assigned for him in the previous episode. He's also intent on opening a full museum on Burgertime, but he has absolutely no displays for it currently. That's where we come in. Basically, he recruits us to help him in his endeavours in exchange for DIY recipes for a spade and a vaulting pole. The vaulting pole is going to allow us to get across the river and access more parts of Burgertime for the first time, so while we explore, we can also be trying to find bits and bobs to help Blathers crack open his museum. It's kind of a win-win situation. Blathers wants us to collect 15 unique displays for him, but before we do that, we need to craft a spade, which needs hardwood, and a vaulting pole, which needs softwood. Both of which we need an axe to get from trees. So I set to work gathering the branches needed to craft a flimsy axe to begin with. There are a bunch of different axes in the game, but currently we only have access to the flimsy ones. Soon we'll be able to access more, but I actually normally prefer the flimsy axe and the stone axe because you're actually able to harvest more wood from each tree, and you don't risk chopping a tree down as well. While I was chopping, I came across this cheeky little bug disguising itself as a leaf. Fully ready to snap it up and give it to Blathers, I realised I don't have a net handy. I was livid, so I stomped around angrily, and eventually it disappeared, and hopefully it will rue the day it crossed me. I chopped wood until my axe broke, and then I made my way back to resident services to use the crafting table. I made a spade and a vaulting pole, but then I realised that I had some nook miles that needed collecting. Turns out I've been doing quite a lot of stuff that you get rewarded nook miles for on the island, to the point where I've actually already managed to hit the 5,000 mile total I need to pay off our debt to Tom Nook. But I was feeling quite single-minded when I recorded this episode, and I really wanted to help Blathers. So I chose to keep the information secret from Tom Nook in order to instead head over to the river for the first time. Whee! As you can see, there's more peach trees over here, and windflowers, which makes me happy as they are one of my favourite Animal Crossing flowers. I then get so completely invested in collecting peaches that I straight up forget that I'm supposed to be looking for fossils and immediately walk past that hole in the ground there. On the plus side, I get my first glimpse at that cute heart-shaped pond that I spotted in the previous episode. I can totally foresee some kind of cute park area with that as a core element happening later on. I've left all of this footage unedited so that you can have a little look around Burgertime as it currently stands. My pockets are full of wood and peaches, so I go and dump some bits at my tent. It is now that I remember the gift that Mum sent me. 3 oranges. If we plant them, they'll grow into orange trees, so I go and plonk those into the ground to clear an additional inventory space. We can always move them later on as well, so I'm not too fussed about their placement right now. I also sell my peachy haul to Timmy, as well as grab one of each of the items he has for sale. Because like I said earlier, I don't have a lot of decoration stuff, so I need to take all the help I can get. I think each island can have 5 fossils spawn on it per day, and I really wanted to get all of them before I headed back to Blathers, so I took a lot of time to explore the area a little bit more. Before I started this series, I really in my mind had it that Burgertime was going to be a more urban space, kind of city-like, because I've never done anything like that before on my other island, Snugshore. But now that I'm here, I can really feel the pull of that very natural, more cottagecore kind of aesthetic, and I think I'm really going to have to fight against that so that this island is not just a carbon copy of one I've made before. As you can see, I spent a while looking for the final fossil until I spot it in a completely unreachable location, because we don't have the ladder yet. Typical. Defeated, I returned to Blathers with just 4 fossils for him to assess. Thankfully, Blathers is just as excited if you give him 1 fossil as if you give him 50, so it's only myself that I've disappointed here. It also takes a little while to donate each fossil to Blathers because he is so chatty, so after this initial bit, I've trimmed down the rest of the footage for you, just to get back to the matter at hand. At this point, I take a short break from my quest in order to do some minor decorating. I have been carrying around the large mushroom platform and the small mushroom platform in my pocket all day, so I finally placed them next to my tent. I also give the items that I just got from Timmy to Sparrow to spruce up the area around his tent a little bit as well. There is a bug here that I tragically fail to catch. Then I catch this one. Then I fail to catch this one. And then I frantically catch a bunch of other ones just to make myself feel better. I then got really distracted picking up all of these weeds. When I was recording this episode, I was finding it really difficult to focus on multiple things at once, which is why rather than shaking one tree, catching one bug, picking up a few weeds. I instead try and do everything in bulk. Does anyone else find that? I don't know why that is. Anyway, I return to Blathers with my net destroyed and my pockets full of bugs, and once again, that little leaf bug taunts me. I will get you someday, leaf bug! For now, though, you've escaped me once again. Once again, for your convenience, I've skipped the footage of me donating every bug I had to Blathers, not only because it was lengthy, and because Blathers hates bugs, so he is less than composed. Instead, please enjoy footage of me shaking trees for more sticks. In one of these trees, I also found an acorn, which is pretty exciting because I didn't realize they were in the game at this point in the season. You use those as DIY components for Tree's bounty recipes, which are these really, really nice pieces of furniture, some of my favourite in the game. Also, notoriously elusive, so who knows if I'll actually ever find any, because even on my main island I don't think I have all of them. I have quite a few bug duplicates that Blathers already had because I already gave them to him. So after I crafted my new net and my fishing rod, I sold those to Timmy for a bit more cash. I kept in some footage here of my absolute lack of depth perception and how this bug neatly avoids me, to begin with anyway. Enjoy! On the plus side, fishing this time is far more successful than yesterday. So I managed to find a bunch of fish to give to Blathers, including a really cool wormy eel, which I thought was very cute. I take everything back to Blathers, and with that, reach the donation goal of 15 unique items! Yay! I actually had additional fish that I wanted to donate to him, but I think once you hit the donation goal, he caps it for the day and he won't accept any more. He did invite me to stick around and make myself comfortable, but I got the feeling I was making him feel awkward, so I left. I did place the additional fish outside his tent though, ready for donation once the museum is open in a few days' time. Also, I edited this footage out, but while I was fishing, I found an old tin and was able to fashion it into a succulent plant for Fuchsia's tent. It only seemed fair because I already gave Sparrow all the other bits and bobs I bought off Timmy. Also, I think this is the first time I've seen Fuchsia where she hasn't been fishing. Obviously, I have to say hi. To thank me for helping her with her tent yesterday, she actually gives me a cute DIY recipe. I suspect I'll be making use of it for decorations in future episodes. It's a leaf umbrella, it's really cute, you can carry it around, but I know a lot of people who play Animal Crossing and do YouTube use them as set pieces, so I'll show you in the future. Now that my work for Blathers is finally complete, my brain will let me talk to Tom Nook about my debt. As you just saw, I have way more than exceeded the 5k miles he wanted, so I swiftly march into resident services and pay him back. However, he then starts to ask me about upgrades, specifically tent to home upgrades. I actually quite like the tent on the beach aesthetic, and I was sort of keen to keep it for a little bit longer, especially because I've only been playing this game for like 2 days. So I initially turned down his suggestion to front me the cash for a house, so that I could just live that beach life for a bit longer. Now that I've paid off my initial debt, I can access the Nook Miles redemption program, which is a way that you can spend the Nook Miles you earn for more items. But guess what? The stuff I want is only available with Nook Plus Miles, which you only get access to if you have a house rather than a tent. So, back to Tom Nook I go, because as cute as the tent on the beach looks, I want to be able to order more items and change my hairstyle and my hair colour. Go ahead, Nook. Build me a house. Fine. I'll allow it. With that done, I check back into the Nook Stop, but sadly, the hair changing options I want are currently out of my price range. Instead, I buy myself the tool ring. As it says, it's essential. For the unfamiliar, it's a really useful mechanic that means I can now equip tools to a hotkey rather than going into my inventory to access them every time I need them. And with that, we are done for the day. Another episode done, another huge list of things accomplished. I think next up might be new houses and new villages. I can't quite remember the exact sequence of events, but I am excited. So if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to... Wait, hang on. One sec. Come here. Come here. Pesky mosquito. Hey, get in the net. You're interrupting my outro! Ah! Oh, okay. Please like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Bye for now.